know, like I said, Atlanta definitely has influenced the culture in a major way. You know what I'm saying? Even with the Migos, you know what I'm saying?
Migos hard.
You know, now we were seeing a little bit what's happening with them. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, the group has how can we describe it? Broken up. They broke up. You know what I'm saying? Due to whatever situations like that. Talk to me a little bit about, you know, how do you feel about like the Migos influence on especially rap culture? Being from Atlanta, I think they kind of was like some of the first people to kind of start with that whole swag thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't let Big Draco hear me say that, but you know.
Drake.
Big Draco,
yeah.
You know.
I feel like Migos is a very big influence. And you know, it's heartbreaking to find out they're breaking up or whatever like that. Because they have so much influence in Atlanta. And I just feel like maybe eventually they're going to start working it out and they're going to figure it out. I'm pretty sure, you know, because I ain't really into it. I don't really know what's particularly going on. It's probably deeper than what I know. But I like all three of them, you know what I'm saying? And I see, you know, Cardi B and Offset doing their own thing. So, you know, you got to kind of respect. Maybe he felt like he was doing what was best for him, you know. But who don't want to see the Migos together? I mean, like, every time they together, it's like,
it's something for the culture, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely something for the culture.
We gon' stack it up stars, stack it up stars, stack it up stars. When I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me, I'm talking to God. All the hate that we got, who knew we come through and take it this far? Every song be like dope, I'm cooking up hard, I'm cooking up hard. We gon' stack it up stars, stack it up stars, stack it up stars. When I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me, I'm talking to God. All the hate that we got, who knew we come through and take it this far? Every song be like dope, I'm cooking up hard, I'm cooking up hard. You need the boss till you found me, nigga. I don't got.
Alright, y'all, we got Tron the God with us, filming us. We're about to head into the building now. We just arrived. About to walk up in here now. Got GK about to call our PR real quick. Kind of nervous. We were listening to the song in the car. We was jamming though. We was jamming in the car.
Yeah, I'm in charge. Be out of store soon.
Check out the merch. All right, y'all. We about to head in. I'll see y'all in a few.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna also make sure I get you some more merch or whatever like that. So I just need to get the size that you want.
All right, say what?
Is it backpack too heavy? No.
It's fine. Good. Y'all can just sit here.
I actually got this mic.
He actually got this mic out at the house.
Alright, we're gonna do it with this time. Alright, chances Kelvin.
Hey, got Tron the God in this bit. MrsSuper setting up the settings for us because you know he do all the technical stuff too. How you feeling, baby?
I'm a tad bit hungry, but besides that, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have fed you.
It's cool.
We woke up really early, doing a lot of different things.
It was up late watching Game of Thrones. Shout out Game of Thrones.
Right. Late nights, early mornings.
Yeah. Just had to get it in. So now, you know, I'm up.
And you streamed, you went live last night on Twitch at the real MrsSuper. Y'all go follow him on Twitch.
100. Y'all go get some merch. Y'all see what it is. The merch popping. We are God's merch on deck.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Legends in the building.
We're gonna have some up here too. Crazy.
1, 2.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy GK Super. Make sure y'all go check out my interview at 94.7 The Link.
All right, so I'm gonna get a couple pictures of you so I can post that with the drop.
With the merch on.
Yes, sir. Good.
Did you get them angles?
Come over just a little bit, perfect. Yes, sir. Y'all already know what time it is. When you hear this voice, that means it's time for Shauna. But it's not Shauna in the morning today, man. Today we are on a different schedule. I have a special guest in the building on 94.7 The Link, man. Go ahead and let the people know who in the building.
What's happening? What's happening? It's your boy GK Super.
Yes,
in the
sir.
building. What's happening?
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm a little hungry, but I'm good.
You and I both. Now listen, first of all, thank you for having time to come stop by the station. You know what I'm saying? We've been trying to get this together for a little minute now, so I'm happy that it finally came together, you know what I'm saying, and you were able to make it. Now, let's talk a little bit about you. You know what I'm saying? Let's tell the people just a little bit about you. Take it all the way back.
Alright, so I started rapping because my dad gave me a Tupac CD, and I just like rapping. I like music, man. It's always touched me. It was a way for me to vent and vibe, you know what I'm saying? It's just true expression, man. You know, want to be able to express yourself and not knowing how to. I came up on East Side Atlanta, Zone 6. Y'all know what it is. So, you know...
Now, is that the real Atlanta? You know there's always a little debate there.
It'd be controversy, but
yeah.
If you're from Atlanta, you know this Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? All the zones is Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you're representing. At the end of the day, we all, you know, we all each other got, we all, you know, we all one. This Atlanta, y'all know how it is. And as long as you repping and you stand real to you know what I'm saying, this is Atlanta. It's more of a culture, you know what I'm saying? It's not just, if you just in a major city, you know what I'm saying, you Atlanta, it's like the outskirts still rep. Like we rep, you know what I'm saying?
I want to talk a little bit about the Atlanta culture because, first of all, Atlanta definitely plays a major role just in the music industry, period. You know what I'm saying? From hip-hop to R&B, everything. So how would you describe, like, the Atlanta culture and its influence on music and the industry?
I think we hold a torch right now. Like, I think it's, we got so much sauce, you know what I'm saying? Like, people can get lost in our sauce, but also, like, we intelligent too, and it's like you can see our drive and our work ethic through our music, and all of these new artists like Lil Baby, and you know, it's so many people that's coming out right now that's showing so much, it's giving so much influence to the culture. I feel like they're having to not only recognize what we've been doing since Outkast, when Andre got on stage and said the South got something to say. Now we here now, and it's like we're still pushing the torch. And you know, I just hope that the pioneers are still proud of what we're doing and everything that, you know, we're striving to keep going since then. You know, because hip hop is originally like, you know, an up north thing. Like now that we're actually pushing it, and I hope they, you know, they respect what we're doing down here too, because there's lyricists down here and we understand music too, but it's all a vibe, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like because our vibe is so different, if you catch on to our wave, then people will start picking up, like they just got a different vibe to how they do it, but it's still all music, you know?
Facts, man. I definitely agree. You know, like I said, Atlanta definitely has influenced the culture in a major way. You know what I'm saying? Even with the Migos, you know what I'm saying?
Migos hard.
You know, now we were seeing a little bit what's happening with them. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, the group has, how can we describe it? Broken up. They broke up, you know what I'm saying? Due to whatever situations like that. Talk to me a little bit about, you know, how do you feel about like the Migos' influence on especially rap culture? Being from Atlanta, I think they kind of was like some of the first people to kind of start with that whole swag thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't let Big Draco hear me say that. But you know.
Drake.
Big Draco,
yeah.
You know.
I feel like Migos is a very big influence. And you know, it's heartbreaking to find out they're breaking up or whatever like that, because they have so much influence in Atlanta. And I just feel like maybe eventually they're going to start working it out and they're going to figure it out. I'm pretty sure, you know, because I ain't really into it. I don't really know what's particularly going on. It's probably deeper than what I know. But I like all three of them, you know what I'm saying? And I see, you know, Cardi B and Offset doing their own thing. So, you know, you got to kind of respect. Maybe he felt like he was doing what was best for him, you know. But who don't want to see the Migos together? I mean, like every time they together, it's like
it's something for the culture. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely something for the culture. I totally agree. Now listen, I want to get back into a little bit about you, man. So you said you started music. Your dad gave you a Tupac CD. You know what I'm saying? That started there, and you just been influenced ever since then. When did you decide to start taking music serious though, with you being an artist?
When did I start taking it serious? At first, I was in chorus. Shout out to Miss Coleman. Cause I just like music. I like singing too. So taking it serious. I think I was taking it serious when I was younger too. Like when we was in middle school and high school, and it's just something that just stayed with me. Like I was always playing football, and you know that was cool. But it was like I always like behind the scenes was playing the piano and little stuff like that. I was always trying to brush up on my skills. So it was. I feel like the moment I actually got the Tupac CD, because it was not just Tupac, it was Jay-Z too. So it's like
two goats.
And you see, I'm a Gemini, so like it's kind of like controversial because I feel like one side of me love Pop, one side of me love Jay-Z, and it's kind of like hearing them both and then like practicing on my music. I've been in love with music and taking it serious since then. It's like you hear the way that they express themselves, and they're so sure of themselves that it makes you feel like dang, like you wanna express yourself the same way. Like how are they so confident? So I feel like I've been taking it serious ever since. You know, ever since I was a child. Like the first time my dad even bought me a MIDI piano, and I was up here playing around with it. I feel like I've been serious about it ever since then.
Now, talking about Jay-Z and Tupac, like I said, those are two big names, but they sound so different. You know what I'm saying? They have two different sounds. Do you feel like because those are kind of like your first inspirations, how are those sounds like kind of incorporated in you as an artist and in your music? Like, what did you take from those elements and kind of build to make you unique and different?
I think there's a genius in both of them.
Right.
And I feel like with Jay-Z, he's so intellectual. Like every time I watch him or I'm like listening to his interviews, it's like he has a smoothness to him. Like it's always effortless. I love the effortlessness of what Jay-Z does. I love the business mind that he has. I love the way he conducts himself all the time. I've never like really found him like in a really messy situation. So I really like that about him. And I feel like in order for you to have longevity, you need to be able to incorporate a lot of things that he's doing. But then also like when he's on the mic, it's like you can
like
learn so much. He still has a confidence and a smoothness. But if you're actually listening to him, like you can learn so much. He's always dropping jewels, and it's like it's a lot of things that he said that I've used now, doing the music business aspect of it that I can take with me, and also street parts of it. And then on the other side, like Tupac, he's kind of like he's like a razor edge. He's tough. He's kind of in your face, and he's kind of like you can tell they're both very intelligent. But when you're listening to Pac, it's a feeling that you get too, like a soul feeling, like where he can touch you in a way where when he's expressing himself, he's holding the moment of that energy at that moment, and he know how to give the world what they're feeling back to them. You know, so it makes them be able to connect with him in a way that it's almost empathetic. So it's kind of like taking both, and it's like because they're both like it's almost like having fathers of the game influence you, and there's so many more besides them, but they're the major two that like you know it's a tuggle between, like it's almost like you listening to him or you listening to him, like make sure when you do this track, make sure you come with that fire, but make sure you still smooth, make sure you still saying something, don't just be doing it for no reason, you know.
Right.
Make sure every time you open your mouth, you know that somebody's gonna hear you and somebody's gonna be affected or influenced by your energy, your words, and your mentality on the track.
I love it. And it seems like, you know what I'm saying, when you in the studio, you kind of take those thoughts and those elements and try to put that into your work. You know what I'm saying? Thanks. Let's talk about you in the studio a little bit, man. What does that look like? What is an average day in the studio what MrsSuper looks like? Talk to me about that.
Okay, so shout out to Phantom Mob, Mr. Webbo himself, and J Ro always showing love. Originally, I was making my own beats, but I ended up being introduced to them by Daylight, and I appreciate Daylight. Shout out to you. They'll normally send me tracks, so I tell them I'm hearing something. I might make the melody and slide it over to them, and they might put drums on it or something. Or they might send me a beat from scratch that they made, and I'm vibing. I might be in a certain mood or whatever like that, and I'm always expressing what I'm feeling like at that time. Like I never try to force it. But normally it's me freestyling first. Like I'll just say whatever I'm feeling, and I'll record the whole thing. I'm like, this is the vibe that I'm going with. Then I might just try to brush it up, But I also mix and engineer my own music too.
I know that's right. One stop shop.
Yeah, I mean, when you're an independent artist, there's a lot of things that you have to learn how to do. So like, not only do I still outsource. Shout out to Cat Baby. He's an engineer that I work with too, and I'll outsource and send it to them to mix it. But sometimes, if I wanna. I'm still trying to learn, so I'm still trying to brush up my skills. I still want to be able to outsource, but know what I'm doing too. Because as a business owner, you still want to know if you do outsource, if someone's not meeting their standards, then you already know.
You know where to pick up at. You feel me? Exactly. I definitely agree. I mean, it's the same thing with me in my field. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can always have someone here running the board for me, but I know how to run the board. You know what I mean? 100%. So you can definitely eliminate that middleman and keep the money to yourself. I want to get into the record a little bit, man. I'm in charge. Let's talk a little bit about that. So who's the producer behind it and how this record came about and the inspiration behind it?
I'm in charge. Was produced by Phantom Mob, Mr. Web Phantom himself. How did it come up? I was very confident this day. I was feeling like
this day.
Yeah, because you go back and forth I'm just feeling myself, and I knew I was telling myself I'm the owner of this. This is what I do. I want to have some pride about what I'm doing. I want to show people like if you the boss, if you the leader, if you have to stand out in front, don't be afraid of it. Do it. And your team is gonna always see that drive. Like you set the tone for everybody else to see what type of energy you giving off with it. If I come on the track and I'm like, I'm gonna give you all this fire. That's I'm learning that from Pac. Like I was saying, like he has a fire about him too. So it's like I'm thinking to myself like I want to set a tone that shows people my tenacity. I want to show people like when I'm out in front, like I'm gonna rep my brand. This is Super Records. This is what we do. We coming with it, And that's really it.
All right. Now listen, you said this record is not even out yet. So when we about to play, this is really some exclusive. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get this started, man. I'm going to let you go ahead and introduce your record. You know what I'm saying? You believe in your record. Introduce it. And we're going to go ahead and rock out.
Shout out to Phantom Mob. This is Super Records. I hope y'all enjoy. This is I'm in Charge by GK Super.
All right, let's do it. Y'all already know how we give it up on 94.7 The Link. I love breaking new records, man. This is what I do. Let's do it.
Station with the best music. Best music.
I love the music.
Best music.
94.7 The Link. I'm in charge. Charged up. GK. With God. I'm in charge. I'm in charge.
The station with the best music. Best music.
I love the music.
Best music.
94.7 The Link.
Yes, sir. You heard it here first on 94.7 The Link. I'm in charge by GK Super. I like that one. I like that one. Now, let me ask you something. You say you in charge and all that stuff. What does it mean when you be like, I'm in charge? What does that feel like,
It feels good. It comes with a lot of responsibility. The more power, you're given, the more responsibility you have towards it. That means that you have to be accountable for all of your actions. The ship will sail if you're guiding it right. If not, then you're gonna sink. It kind of puts you in the seat of. It's like being in a hot seat all the time. You always know that everything is dependent on you, and you set the tide for everything.
Now, what have been some of the challenges that you have faced, you know what I'm saying, while you are trying to pursue your music career? You know, being independent, that always comes with its challenges. So what's some of the things that you feel like you've been faced with?
The major one is the learning curve. You have to learn a lot of the things that major record labels know that you don't know. And it's like you have to pay for your education. It takes time. It takes actually being focused and knowing where to put your music, like knowing what you're supposed to do inside of the studio besides just being an artist. Mm-hmm. You start realizing that only 10% of it is the talent and 90% is the business.
Right.
So you start really educating yourself, and that's one of the most challenging things, knowing how to distribute, knowing how to protect your music, knowing how to just properly manage your time. A lot of it is time management. Knowing how to cater to your audience, knowing like having a balance between you actually accepting that you're gonna be you regardless, accepting that everyone is not gonna like you. It's a lot of little things, you know. Some of it can mess with your psyche, and I feel like you have to be built for this. Like, if you haven't went through any adversity in life, then when you get into the music business, you're not gonna be able to have tough enough skin to handle the criticism and everything that comes along with it. I think a lot of people only see the upsides of being in this, but it's a lot of eyes looking at you and judging you from the outside, and they may not know what it took. Like, even me now looking back, a lot of people get the finished product of things and they don't see what it took to make that record or what it took to promote or push that out. And one of the most difficult things is like, people just want the product. People just want the end product. They don't want to see the process. They don't care about the process. And the engineers and the producers and the promoters and everything, they're in the background and they know what it takes, but the audience doesn't see everything that you're going through. And life is still going too.
Do you wish that they did see that side of the process? You know what I'm saying? Besides just the finished product, because it seems like, you know, when we even think about our favorite artists, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we feel more connected to them when we do see their ups and downs and their struggles. You know what I'm saying? And the process before we are getting the finished product. Sometimes we do feel more like connected to them. So do you wish that people were more like, did see more of that side of you to feel more connected to you as an artist and your music?
I feel both. I feel a part of it is like, you still want to have some distance away from people being able to see everything, you know, like, but yes, I feel like they'll be able to connect with you more because they see that you're a human. You're like, none of us is infallible. None of us is perfect, and that would make them see themselves more in you. But also, you don't want people to be able to be into your personal business. Like, there's certain people that I keep outside of, that's my personal relationship, that I keep outside of my business. There's certain like things that I do that I don't want everybody to know. Like, let's say there's a spot that I like to go get a drink at or something like that. I don't want everybody knowing that. It might be like my little spot, or like certain, you know, you have to have your getaway. And I feel like it's vulnerable to give them some of your life, but not all of it. Like, you have to be able to have discernment to know what you can give out, what can you post on social media, and what you can't. And one thing that I do see now is that social media is making a space now where people are just sharing everything, and I don't think that's
Isn't that crazy? Like, literally, I was just talking to one of my close friends the other day, and I was just saying, like, I just can't believe how, like, social media is like people's first go-to. Like, you know what I'm saying? They expressing their feelings on there. You know what I'm saying? They're putting personal business out there. They're choosing to connect with somebody, like arguing like on there. And I'm just like, dang, people really like using social media as just this, you know, just putting everybody in your business. And I even struggle with that now, once again, in my field, because I'm forced to like post all the time. And I've never been that girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a poster. I don't really like a lot of people looking at me in my business, all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Which is ironic because I'm in this field. But I'm very, very private. You know what I'm saying? So I struggle with that too. It's like, how much of myself do I give to my audience? You know what I'm saying?
You'll never know until it's done.
Right.
You know, and I think it's because, you know, everybody wants to be heard. So like social media is giving everybody a voice now. And I don't think sometimes I don't feel like people's voices are attached to them knowing what they're saying at the time. Like there's a lot of times where even right now I look back on Facebook and I think like, why did I post that? Like, why did I say that? And I'm like, I'm a whole different person now. And it makes me really like reflect. Like you got to be more. I think it comes with age. When you're young, you don't think about all the consequences of your actions. But when you get older, you start actually peeping game. Like, well, I need to slow down with that a little bit. Like I need to be a little more reserved. You know.
What about your social media presence now? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Growing as an artist, social media obviously is one thing that's extremely important. What you thinking about doing for your visuals and stuff, man? We need them visuals.
I'm currently working on the video for I'm in Charge.
Okay.
I'm also working on the video for Fire Rain. A lot of my audience has, a lot of my audience has been asking me to do a video for Fire Rain, but I have a lot of other songs that I want to present to the world too. Like, if y'all don't know, I just came back from a major accident, so it kind of like slowed down progress. But I'm still going forward with it, and it should be out like really soon. I want to give people teasers, and I also want to give them merch for the I'm in Charge. So we're also putting together right now new merch for that. So it's like I like to give stuff out as a package, you know, instead of just saying that I'm gonna just put out the song and not do something. I gotta be able to promote it. It's a lot of other stuff that's happening in the background, but definitely visuals is gonna be crazy, and we got editors within Super Records. Shout out to Sapphire, she always going crazy.
Yes. First of all, I would just want to say I love Super Records. You know what I'm saying? Like, because what you're doing is that you are putting everything underneath your own foundation. You know what I'm saying? So whereas once again, like we were speaking about earlier, you know, we're cutting out the middleman. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely love that. Now, I want to get a little bit into this question. Now, I ask a lot of people this question when they come up here because it's so interesting to me to hear the answers, you know? Okay. All right, so you have to choose one. You can either have the love of your life or the career of your dreams. Which one would you choose?
The love of my life.
Really? Why is that?
I think love is the most precious thing that you can actually experience in life. And I think, like, even more than my career, I mean, this is not going to last forever, but love can. And I feel like if you've ever experienced actual love, then you'll know, like, you might want both, but if you had to choose, you would choose love. And I think now we're living in a place where people are so desensitized from everything, they haven't felt really real love before. But it can make you achieve levels of even spirituality that you have never achieved because of love. So it's like something with a bigger purpose. I feel like a career is more like, maybe I want to say shallow, but it's not as important as love. Like, it's not as important as substance. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I do. I think what also it stems from too is that we are living in such a world where love is not even like praised or anything, you know what I'm saying, or even wanted anymore. Like, you know how many people of like my girlfriends, like my girls, they don't even want to like get married and you know what I'm saying, all this stuff like that. Like, it's not even a goal anymore, you know what I'm saying, too. Whereas at one point in time it was a goal, like a little girl dreaming of like getting married and all that stuff like that. People don't even look forward to that no more, you know what I'm saying, because I think because we've just been experiencing so much turmoil when it comes down to dating and all that, everything just seems so fake and so phony to where it's like, I'd rather just get money, you know what I'm saying? Very much so.
And originally, like, I realized that the world was going into this direction. And I feel like a lot of women, they still want it. I feel like they put on a face to show that they don't want it now because they wasn't getting it when they feel like they deserve be wives. I think you have to see a mother and a father interacting with each other and see how the wife is treating the husband. You have to see how your mother respects your father for you to even understand what marriage is. And it's a beautiful union. It's like, and it's supposed to be teamwork. It's like now everyone wants to be independent. And I feel like it takes so much to be a wife. It takes so much to be a husband. And people don't see the end results. They don't really see it while they're growing up to learn what it really is. So of course, if they've never experienced it or seen it, and they've seen their mother single, they've seen their mother going through, you know, multiple men, they're not gonna respect marriage. So I feel like we need to actually have an example of long-lasting marriages, people that are actually working, which is part of why even like Jay-Z, I mean, he's been with like Beyonce this whole time, and it's like you get to watch them actually stay together. They're building a foundation and a dynasty together. We need more examples of families, and I'm not saying like they're the only example, but we need to see it in our actual day-to-day lives. So
and the thing too also is that see it in men or influencers that actually have an impact on the culture. You know what I'm saying? Because imagine like if we saw someone like Lil Baby, right? Such a major influence in the community right now. Saw him really like
hold it down with somebody.
Then his fans are gonna be like, nah, man, I want to, you know what I'm saying, have that too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So as an artist, you're not against promoting, you know what I'm saying, that family foundation. But what if it affects your career? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes as rappers, yeah, they always say they have to have this side of like playboys and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And it affects their career.
I feel like to each his own. Some people are not gonna agree with just being with one woman, but because it might come to them. Maybe they need to get it out their system. Some people, you know, they're young. They want to have fun first, or they haven't found that person. But I feel like if you have one solid person, this is how I always felt in my life. If I had one solid person, I would never like be looking for anything else. Like a lot of me going out to the clubs, I don't need to do that unless I'm performing. I don't need to be out for no reason. I'm building, and I'd rather build with one person and get stuff done than be flaking and, you know, because having multiple people's energies around you in and out, it can be damaging to you too. And it's like, you're not going to be able to connect with somebody because you've met so many people that are just with you for money. So usually the person that you're really going to rock with usually is before the money, or they're on the same status as you, where they're not looking at you for a come up. They're looking at you as, oh, you respect me. You care about me. Like, you actually genuinely look at me as a human being instead of a dollar sign or, you know? And I feel like, yeah, if it'll come to them. I feel like it's to at the end of the day, I feel like it's more like if you're gonna be with one person, just make sure you're sure about that person. Make sure you could trust that person. And I feel like that's what it is at the end of the day. Like a lot of people can't trust people anymore.
Oh, facts. I don't trust nobody. Like literally, I trust nobody. I want to get into a question that I recently saw. Boosie recently just did an interview.
Boosie.
That's my guy.
Shout
first
out
of all,
Boosie.
shout out Boosie, man. That's my guy. But he actually just did an interview and they spoke about something. I would love to hear your perspective on it. He said being a rapper these days is the most dangerous job.
Facts.
Well, you agree?
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. You're a target. And
especially with the whole P&B rock thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Everything that we're seeing happening. He said being a rapper now is one of the most dangerous jobs.
it is, and you have to know how to maneuver, and the person you with has to know how to maneuver too, and you have to be careful who you keep around with you. You have to be careful what you show people. Like I move in a certain way, but it's because I had to. But if you really ever experience being like in the streets or whatever like that, you'll know that you can't just be maneuvering any type of way. You'll have some wisdom about how you conduct yourself. And I feel like so many people want to be flashy right now and like just show off, but I'm more reserved. You know, I'm like, if I need to be out, I'm gonna be out, and when really no one is gonna know where I'm at until I want them to know. Usually I'm posting where I'm at afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't let people know what I'm about to get into unless I want them to.
But how does that work though with you being an influencer and say you get booked somewhere and they put you on the flyer, you have to post a flyer to get people to come out. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta have security.
Yeah.
You have to have security nowadays, and then it's like once you start actually getting a name for yourself, people are gonna look at you. People are constantly watching you anyway. Like even if you think people are not watching you, they're watching you. So you have to be careful. Like, and you know, I feel like it comes with being humble too. There has to be some humility, and there's a balance. And because it takes a lot of confidence to be an artist, being humble is like almost like the direct opposite. It's like fire and water. So you have to. I feel like you gotta know when to move, what to say, when to tell people who you are, and if you go into a venue where people know where you're gonna be, have protection, have security. And if you got the money, pay for it. I mean, don't be out here trying to be cocky and
trying to
act
be
like
too
you.
tough.
Because even the baddest person gonna meet somebody better than them.
Right.
You know, so.
Right. I definitely agree, man. So listen, just let the people know, man, what new projects we can look forward to. You know what I'm saying? We got I'm in Charge coming out next week. You know what I'm saying? We got the visuals following behind that. So what's up next? What's the project after that?
I have a project with Sapphire
Okay.
called Trenches. It's gonna be crazy. I got For My Hood is gonna be coming out soon. And this song called Whoa. I cannot wait for you. I wanna send that to you right now.
Okay.
Like, Whoa is gonna be crazy, and I really wanna drop that as soon as possible.
Okay. Cool.
So that's 3 major projects that we're working on right now.
And I'm in Charge is gonna be on all platforms.
Yes, it will be dropping on October the 14th.
That's next Friday.
Yep. So I hope y'all ready.
Yes,
It's about
sir.
to happen. The merch will be here before that. So look for that on superrecordsent.com. And make sure y'all check us out on YouTube, Mr. and Mrs. Super.
All right. And let the people know where to follow you at on all social media platforms.
IG, The Real GK Super. Twitch is the same thing. Mr. and Mrs. Super on YouTube. And make sure y'all go cop some merch because the winter is coming. We got hoodies, superrecordsent.com. We popping. Y'all see what it is. We Are the Gods merch is also out. Y'all can check me out on that too. Twitter is the same thing too, The Real GK Super.
All right. Man, y'all already know what time it is, man. I thank you for stopping by. You know what I'm saying? Very, very, very smart guy. You know what I'm saying? I talk to a lot of people, but I can always tell when somebody's actually level-headed. You know what I'm saying? And you definitely give that energy. So I'm excited for, you know what I'm saying, your career, your future, and everything. And I'm happy I could be like, I interviewed him. So you know what I'm saying? I love to have that. Y'all already know what time it is, man. Shauna in the morning. Well, Shauna in the afternoon now. Y'all make sure y'all lock in with me on social media at TheRealShauna_. And make sure y'all lock in with us on 94.7 The Link. And we're going to go ahead and play that I'm in Charge again. Y'all know how I like to give it up. I love to break a new record, man. So y'all make sure y'all tap in with my boy GK Super on Instagram and check out his merch, man. And we're going to go ahead and play this. October 14th, it will be out. Let's do it.
The station with the best music. Best music.
I love the music.
Best music.
Fire.
I'm in charge. There's so much. We gon' stack it up, stars, stack it up, stars, stack it up, stars. When I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me, I'm talking to God. All the hate that we got, who knew we come through and take it this far? Every song be like dope, I'm cooking up hard, I'm cooking up hard. We gon' stack it up, stars.